Think of what you know about the traditional clubhouse. Think about what it looks like, what it feels like. Think about the spaces, the places, and the faces. Now, don't think. Forget about what you think you know, because this is the clubhouse of the future.
Talis Park is an interesting project in that the mantra there was that it's not your grandfather's country club.
Originally it was known as Tuscany Preserve, and after some marketing and research, the branding was not working. It felt old. It felt something that was done before, and it wasn't setting apart from other clubs.
Thinking about how we could be different at Talis Park when you buy a property that already has a lot of the infrastructure in, can be somewhat of a challenge, but we had great opportunities there in that a lot of the amenities had not been built yet.
They were looking for something that was new, inventive, and fresh.
We said to ourselves, you know what, Talis Park is a great opportunity for us to create a clubhouse, a new environment that people can truly enjoy. Yes, it has to be luxurious because Talis Park is a very high-end community and people have certain expectations. But that doesn't mean they don't want to have fun.
In looking at different styles of architecture, I call it mission, it could be California mission. It's the current style that we implemented here with the soft curves. It almost looks like a little bit like birthday cake.
And because of the great slowdown in the real estate, no master plan communities, tier 1 communities, were built for 10 years. And we knew if we rolled this out and did it as something special, it would be a home run. And the bet really paid off. It really is just a game changer.
The idea came to create something that, as they called it, European chic.
One of our first clubs where we designed more outdoor gathering space and outdoor covered space overlooking different opportunities like aquatics, long views of the golf course, courtyard views, motor courts.
The thoughts were from parks in London and in Paris, the trees, the landscaping, the long roadways and how they curve, the beautiful fountains. And it's very romantic.
I think the thing that was really cool about this is, as I started to explain to people what we were trying to achieve here, and started even with the sketches. A lot of times I'd issue the sketches, so they had the vision. Eventually people turn around and they bought into the vision. Now there's a sense of pride in what's going on. It's not just building a building. And then finally the obvious is the client, because now he's got people, the members at Talis Park, that they're proud of their club, and you're bought onto the whole sale of the clubhouse itself. And I think that's when architecture is finally successful.
Here's what I love about Peacock and Lewis. When we got together and we talked about our vision for Talis Park, instead of looking at us and going, I'm not sure, you might have this problem and that problem, they just jumped on top of it and said, you know what, we've got some great ideas. This is something we've been thinking about, and here's how we can take your vision and make it much better, which they did.
The central organizing theme is an existing village green with an obelisk and a fountain in the center, and trying to activate that space and make it usable space for the club. Phase 1, it was a crescent-shaped shops. We called it the Shops at Vnye, and it included a specialty grab-and-go store, a little place to get a pizza, a cigar, a bottle of wine, and then stroll out with an ice cream onto the village green and enjoy a movie night or a performance or a lecture Not too many clubs have those unique opportunities.
One of the main focus that we see right now that the clubs are trying to embrace is that casual living. One of the challenges is how to make that space flexible that can set for formal and casual change and still look aesthetically pleasing to the members, but give that flexibility to the club.
There's a transition of space, a sense of discovery as you penetrate through the crescent-shaped phase one through a grand arch into a motor court. You'll notice that on this clubhouse there is not the traditional porte cochere at the front door. What we did is had these arches very similar to the grand arches in Coral Gables in that very historic neighborhood where you would go under an arch as a sense of arrival and then come to a front door that is a big portal into a courtyard. So the transition of space is one where you go from inside space to outdoor space, and again, it's just a constant discovery.
I like the idea of starting with a vision, and that vision comes from the client. As Peacock and Lewis, we are very experienced of listening to our clients and what their needs are, what their vision is. And I always say our clients are the best marketing tool for us because they are the ones that are advocating our work and our services and how well we have performed for them. We are very talented people, we have a great team, but it's all about them. How well did we perform and how well we made that vision come to life. That's the challenge that makes me get up every morning and love doing this job.
It was a great team effort all the way around, and that's the way we like to operate.
10 years ago, this concept would have not been in anybody's mindset. It really hit the spot and hit the bullseye as far as a project that was well executed. It's borne out in their real estate sales. They're doing fabulous at Talis Park. We're just thrilled to be a part of an amenity that was conceived by a combination of a lot of people coming together with great thought to create the clubhouse of the future.
Peacock and Lewis is just a wonderfully, when we'd have issues, they'd come up with solutions and we'd work it out. They're like working with a group of artists. They have a vision for a project that takes in everything from how the light works to what the community's like, what it'll be like in certain times of the year, what you can do with it when the weather's good and what you've got to do with it when the weather's bad. How can you make it so that it can accommodate 300 people but be nice for a party of 40?
We're just very, very, very proud of that building because there are very few buildings like that anywhere in the nation, and I guarantee you'll start to see more of that type of architecture going forward. In our mind, it worked out exactly, well, I take that back. It's much better than we originally had hoped. So it's exceeded our expectations, and I think it's exceeded the expectations of the people that live there.